Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Luke Beller with the Sideline Scoop. So today we're taking a look at some Josh Gordon news. A guy who has had his run-in with, the NFL a few different times. He's been suspended, 4 or 5 times, and currently he is still having some issues. He still needs to be reinstated by the NFL, but I think it could be possible that he ends up on Washington. We don't really know their name right now at this point in time, so I guess it's just Washington for the time being. But basically, that's what I'm taking a look at in this video. What is going on, everybody? If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Luke Beller. On this channel, I talk about the NFL. Basically, that's it. So if you're into that, you're into the NFL, you want to see some more content in the future, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. So we got Josh Gordon hinting at wanting to sign with Washington. So let's take a look at, how did he hint that he wanted to sign with Washington? So we have this account here on Instagram that basically tweets some news. I've seen them before, but they said Redskins' second-year wide receiver Kelvin Harmon has torn his ACL. He underwent successfully surgery and will miss the 2020 season. And then flash, of course, is Josh Gordon, gives us the eyes emoji. He's looking over at Washington being like, hey, maybe you should sign me. Maybe I could help Dwayne Haskins take it to the next level, because last year he wasn't very good. But, Josh Gordon, me being Josh Gordon, I could probably take his play up a notch, and, the Redskins could probably be much better with me on the team. I think that's basically what he's saying with those eyes emoji. I just wanted to sort of translate it for you. But so anyways, Josh Gordon has to be reinstated by the NFL before he can play on a team. But if he does come in and be reinstated, there's a possibility that he could end up on the Washington blanks. I don't know what we don't know that right now. But he could end up in Washington in 2020. There's a very small little chance. So when we take a look at basically Washington right now, the receivers they have on this team to take a look at sort of where he could fit. So we got this site here, the Redskins site, and they're sort of, breaking down the wide receivers they have. So, of course, we have Terry McLaurin, who was a rookie last year. But, of course, coming to 2020, it's expected that he's going to have a great season. That's what I've seen lots of people say. So I'm guessing, it's probably true because people are saying it. But who knows, with Josh Gordon coming in, would he take the number 1 role? Does he still have that kind of talent, or would he maybe be the second guy to Terry McLaurin? We don't exactly know, exactly what will happen. Plus, if he comes onto the team, we don't exactly know that he will stay. He could get suspended again if the past continues to show itself in the future. But anyways, besides Terry McLaurin, they don't really have much. They have, Steven Sims, undrafted free agent, Kelvin Harmon, a 6th-round pick, Cody Latimer, I recognize him. But besides that, they don't really have many other guys. And so I think it would make sense for Washington to come in and scoop up Josh Gordon if he does get reinstated by the NFL coming to 2020. And I think he really could help Dwayne Haskins out. Because if you take a look at Dwayne Haskins' stats from last season, here we got Dwayne Haskins. Where's his stats? Oh, here we go. So last year, he played in 7 games. So this year is going to be his first full year as a starter. 1,365 yards in 7 games, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 76 rate. But I mean, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You never want your touchdowns to be the same as your interceptions, So hopefully he can take a step forward when it comes to 2020. I think lots of people say that in 2019, he sort of progressed throughout the season. He got better as the time went on. I can't remember the exact numbers or what they were talking about, but I watched a video on it, so you can sort of just, take my word for it, I guess. But yeah, Dwayne Haskins wasn't the best QB last year, but coming to 2020, maybe he can take a step forward, hopefully. For all you Dwayne Haskins lovers out there, I think he's a cool guy. I think he could be good in 2020. We'll just have to wait and see how he performs. But I think Josh Gordon is still a top talent. So if you take a look here, I have some stats. There's this article right here from Hogshaven. I guess it's a like a Redskins fan site or something. So down here, there's some stats I want to take. So here it is, stats from his entire career. So of course, he started off in Cleveland. Had that monster season right here, 1,646 yards. So of course he has that potential. Of course, he's not as young as he used to be back then, but he missed 2015, 2016. And then, of course, played 5 games 2017, 12 games in 2018, then 7 games in 2019. So even though he's 29 years old now, I think it is. 29 years old. He's probably much fresher than most 29-year-old wide receivers, considering he missed a few seasons. He didn't play that many games. And so I still think that he has a potential to be a great receiver in the NFL if he does come back. And so we see here, he averaged 17.2 yards per reception in his 63-game career, which is a great stat. His on-the-field production in 2018 was good. Let's see. If you project his 12-game numbers to a 16-game season, he was on track for 94 receptions, 982 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Not too bad. And then prior to his injury last year, he went on track for 50-plus catches and more than 700 yards with the Patriots. So I think that, this sort of shows that, I think we all sort of know that Josh Gordon is a very good NFL player. His only problem has been actually being able to get on the field and stay on the field because, he has his problems with being suspended and all those kinds of things. And so I think if he can come in and, sort of get rid of his off the field issues and come into this Redskins team and be the guy that he used to be, could be very beneficial to Washington because, they sort of need some more guys. They need some more players. They need some more depth on that team. And Josh Gordon would definitely help Washington in 2020. So that's basically the news I wanted to take a look at, to sort of break down, some things going on in the NFL, some interesting things going on in the NFL. And now we even got some news that there might not even be a preseason now. They'd already cut it down 2 games. So now there might not even be a preseason. Honestly, it sort of makes sense, I feel like, to not even have preseasons in the future because it's so often I feel like players just go into the preseason and they just sort of get injured. And so, why play preseason games if guys are just going to get injured? But I guess basically a lot of times it's for those younger guys to sort of show their potential. So it makes sense. But it sort of stinks to not have football for another month or so, depending on when you watch this video. But hopefully, I think, fingers crossed, the season will start when it's supposed to, and we'll actually have some, actual football to talk about, some actual games, some actual things going on, not just all this random news that's going on at the time. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you like the video down below. And if you want to see some more NFL content in the future, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.